Hi everyone, this is Ash again. I'm at my workplace and thought I'll take a moment to share about cognitive difficulties, especially the ones that I've faced in schizophrenia. Now, it was more like if I take one step forward, I would go 10 steps back. What I mean by that is every step forward would bring in anxiety, my thoughts would get blocked, would not be able to think or take in information, let alone if I don't take in information, I cannot process it. So, how did I deal with it? This was a big problem. So, if you've seen my previous videos, I took a proactive stance in understanding myself. So, I realized I'll tell you a story that an imagery that I had. It was of a home that has collapsed. The roof, the columns, the pillars, and it's all debris down on the floor. So my life had become like that. And to think of stepping forward, it was pressed by so many heavy things on top of it. So I had to take the time, instead of pushing hard to try to take in information and try to work, I took two steps back. I looked at what was going on inside me. There were more pressing issues inside me. There were more images and strong images and memories flowing inside me, which needed my attention much more than the work outside. And I did just that. And as I did that, now there's one thing that is often not spoken about in scientific journals is the body heat. There's a certain heat that generates when your thought or your trauma gets processed. The heat, you could feel it anywhere in your body. It's like a warm fire, warm flame of life, you could call it. And what would happen is, imagine that there are a lot of things fallen inside you, your memories, your trauma has broken you down. So as I would process, it would lift slowly, it would lift, and as it would lift, my mind could work clearly. So as far as cognitive abilities go in mental illness, especially schizophrenia, I'm not too sure about the trauma with bipolar, but I think it could be similar. Um, was It was a lot like PTSD, where you have a lot of flashes and memories, unpleasant memories coming up. I often say that schizophrenia sits on the top of PTSD or vice versa. The reason why I say that is solving the issues from the core often bring in unpleasant memories and flashes into your mind, and you cannot do anything. You have to face it. You have to pay attention to it. And but the good part is when you can pay attention to it without fear, without guilt, and with the stand to understand yourself and to heal yourself. You allow it to process. Like I said earlier in my video, it's good to have your mind talking and mind reeling because it's full. The cup is full and needs to flow out. So if we allow our mind to flow without reacting to it and looking at it with the purpose to understand and to heal, what happens is these this debris, these rocks, these pillars, these columns, these once again they are able to lift themselves up, and your roof goes up and your house gets restored, your home inside gets restored. And that's what brought a very important healing in my life, a very significant healing in my life. Even today I take the time to lie down and go through what's going on, what is still there. I haven't fully restored my home. I still have mental blocks. There are times when my mind won't let me go anywhere ahead, and I have to sit down and I have to process what's going on inside me. And it's a very healing process. And this plays a very key role in cognitive abilities after mental illness. And If you try it, you will notice that there's a flame, like a fever, like a fire that comes inside you, and it brings a healing force which lifts up the fallen pieces of you, and you feel your mind clearing up a lot more. The more you're able to see your mind and let it process and let it talk, let it flow, the more it helps you. Now, this cannot be done during psychosis, and you must take your meds to control the psychosis. This is when you're in a stabler state. This is when the voices are not harsh or your symptoms are not harsh. When it's harsh, you need to take your medicine and rest. And this is what I would like to share, that recovery is possible, and cognitive recovery plays a very important role, because after all we all want to get back to life. We all want to be able to take in information, process it well, and function well. And functioning well means there has to be less of trauma inside you. And the more you can process your trauma, you could visit a psychotherapist if they can help you with this, help you talk. But if you can do it by yourself, you can do it. And that's all I want to share with you in this video. And it's all about releasing the trauma inside you and allowing your images from the past, your childhood, or the twisted images to play. The idea is to let your mind communicate as much as it can, and you take the time to sit down with your mind and look at it without judging it. Hey, is this me? This not me? No, just let it play. Just let it play. Observe it. Let it flow and let it become calm, and then you can ask questions. And it will give you the answers in form of imageries. How did the whole framework happen? The psychological framework inside you which got damaged, or which is redundant, which is not useful anymore, and it needs to change. So it brings up old memories which happened in our past, and we formed opinions, or we formed a certain framework, a certain approach, and now it's time to let it go and move to a new way. So this is all a process of healing, cognitive healing, and I would like to share it with you, and I hope you will try it and recover well. That's all I wish for you. Thank you.